started my threads. I don't want to accidentally lose it. Oops. Oh, what a good time. Just in time to get an E-boss. For some reason, grinding feels a lot different after taking a big break. I say big break, but it's like been like 2 hours. Oh god. The grind never stops. I think what I was meant to say was, it feels nice after like taking a shower. Getting a lot of things done. But yeah, hello and welcome those who are here. I think I have low-key conditioned myself to whenever I grind, I can't help but have my stream open. Because otherwise I will feel bored. It's kind of doomed. And somewhat too. It's kind of like, still kind of documenting my account. That's my cope. Yep. Yeah, what are you guys up to? How is everyone? Hopefully you guys are all also doing well and enjoying Night Troupe. Because I know I will be enjoying Night Troupe. Mostly. We'll see how it ends up going. Might give up halfway through. I need to recover some of the money that I've spent over the last couple of hours. That's for sure. I think just need to make sure if I claim. Wait, I haven't even done 1,000 mobs yet. Oh, that's right, because right after reset, I just went and did my bosses. Oh, there it is. You hit our arcane box? Oh, congrats. Did you want one? That's probably the more important question. But hey, arcane box is arcane box. Pretty good. You didn't need one? Unlucky. That's okay. Who knows, maybe you get bored and you'll feel like tapping it to 21 or something. I think right now I am just gonna chill. It's gonna be mostly a short stream because I already streamed a lot earlier. Now I'm just kind of kicking back. Here comes when you hit ET. Yup. You just need to Star Force it now. The difficult part. I don't know what to do with all these node stones. Should I use them on my Hyperburn? Surely the Hyperburn has like enough nodes, right? I don't even know how many you get. Do we have to split the rewards between the Hyperburn and the Shade? If anyone in chat knows about the upcoming Hyperburn, do we have to split the rewards between the 2 Hyperburns? It's a bit tragic if that's the case, but I guess it is what it is. Can't really upgrade anything with 600 coins now, can we? Because the first upgrade is probably just the combo orb one for me. I don't think I can get 1,000 points for Punch King. Hello, Shanks. You can get the 5%, but I think the priority should definitely be the Rune EXP. The Rune XP is so good. 21 ET beat 22 KT. More than enough. I'm pretty sure 19 ET beats 22 KT. KT is okay, but ET is really strong. It's because it's level 200. I'm pretty sure 19 beats 22. Or if not beat it, it'll be close. The ET is quite powerful. That's why a lot of people actually settle on 21. If you just want to use it, you can probably stop at 19. But if you want to consider it finished, probably at least 21. But going for 21 off event is kind of crazy right now. It's so expensive if you're safeguarding it. This guy in my guild? Ah, I was gonna show the gear, but like, he's basically full 22 as well, including a bunch of random pitch, and even he stopped at 21 ET. It just comes to show how strong it is. It's one of the only pitch boss that you could like realistically stop at 21, just because there's not that many things that you can beat it with. Wait, Jupe, are you? I don't know if you're in the stream. Was that because of me? Did you ask it because of me? That's funny. The timing on that was insane. But yeah. Hopefully you guys also hit your pitch boss throughout the week. I managed to get one. It wasn't a useful one, but that's okay. I'm a magnet for kind of useless pitch boss on my main. Just nothing but black hearts. Oh my god, I put the fountain in the wrong spot there. I didn't even realize. Fountain was just chilling on the floor. Oh, not this week, but I'm saying whenever I do get pitch boss, it tends to be the useless ones, like Blackheart. Blackheart I consider pretty useless, I'll be honest. Useless in the sense that I don't think I'll ever, like, use it. Yeah, hopefully you guys hit pitch boss that are a little bit more useful than Blackheart. Hit an eye patch. Boom, first tap at 20. That's unfortunate. So close to 21. At least it was cheap, yeah. It's not too bad. Sweetwater tattoo worth getting? I think it is. I think it's a good item. Because the thing about that one is, even if you leave it at 17, you always have the option of pushing it later if you want to. I think that's the best thing about the Sweetwater tattoo. I think realistically, you're better off pushing Twilight Marks, but Twilight Marks are pretty precious until you 22 one. I had a Sweetwater tattoo that I was also originally planning to use as drop gear. Like this one I was planning on using, but I ended up hitting the Twilight Mark instead. If it wasn't for the Twilight Mark, I'd be using a tattoo. Yeah, that's fine. If you're waiting for the Twilight, absolutely. Tattoo is perfectly fine. It just means that you have to do some commercy, and realistically, unless you're like constantly doing commercy, you probably won't push it past 17. So just keep in mind, you'll probably keep it at 17 for ages. But I can 100% see people who just want better drop meso gear, and they want to push the tattoo to maybe something like 19 or 21. It's pretty consistent. You just need to do some more commercy. Eventually, you'll get there, right? It's pretty easy to get. Zero effort in the sense that you don't have to hope for drops or anything. You just gotta do it daily. It's pretty decent. I feel like Blackheart is in need of a change but never will. Nah, now that they've released a proper heart pitch, I think Blackheart is fine now. I think now that we know that a total control is a possibility, people will actually use their Blackhearts until they can get total control. I can imagine people popping Blackhearts to be able to clear X-Lotus consistently. I don't remember what the number was, but there is probably a star that the total control matches a Blackheart. I feel like I've seen somebody tell me that it's 19 star, so if you get 19 star the total control, it's basically like having a permanent Blackheart. I don't know how true that is, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, there is definitely a breakpoint. And I think that's pretty valid. And I also heard that Extreme Lotus drops Blackhearts pretty consistently as well. JH has told me that like he's been getting Blackhearts pretty consistently from Extreme Lotus, so I don't feel so bad getting them now because you can kind of say, you know, you just use it to clear X-Lotus. Like once you get to the point where you can clear X-Lotus or you're at the break point, you can just pop a Blackheart. Doesn't drop shape. I don't know. I guess it's just a confirmation bias from other people, right? But anyway, I can see, you know, X-Lotus actually having a higher drop rate of the Blackheart. In which case, if you can even get one every month, that's reasonable. You will pop Blackhearts for that, just to make your runs easier. Because at that point, then it's kind of just a permanent pitch at that point. I would have liked to see them make the Blackheart like a permanent item. Just take out the boss damage and the IED pot, and just make it a permanent item. Just give it like you just get 70 attack from it, and then of course lower the drop rate, because I feel like the drop rate for Blackheart is quite a bit higher than every other pitch. At least in my experience, I feel like I've seen them a lot across both Kronos and Hyperion. Hyperion's a bit of an anomaly, I won't lie. Like this account of mine has seen way too many. Yeah, there are definitely ways they could have reworked the Blackheart to make it a little bit better. I just don't like that it's a pitch boss item that is temporary. It feels kind of cheap. Feels weird for for you to basically be renting a heart for 20 days. I mean, I won't deny that the item's quite good. It does give a lot of attack and it does give a lot of boss damage, but at the same time, I don't know. Feels weird having a pitch boss item that's temporary. Yeah. That's exactly it, right? I made like the comparisons. Like, what if I need it later? Like, when do you ever feel good popping a Blackheart until you have a consistent stream of it? That's why I said when you get to X-Lotus, I can imagine the drop rate being a lot higher, and then you don't feel so bad popping the Blackhearts until you do actually hit total control. But until that point, it just feels bad popping a Blackheart. the only reason why I popped the black heart was to get my black mage solo, and basically, that's it. I don't care for the black heart anymore. It just feels weird. That's okay. They sort of answered it by creating the total control heart. It's all good. I think if they didn't introduce the total control with the remaster of Lotus, Blackheart would have been in a really weird spot. Because then at that point, they basically are just giving you a pitch boss for free every week. Because what would you do to Blackheart with the remastered Lotus? Like, of course you increase the drop rate of, for example, the Zerk and the Blackheart. But then at that point, the Blackheart more or less becomes permanent, depending on how high they ramp the drop rate. So the total control was a good answer to it. I think they just introduced it a little bit too late. And Extreme Lotus, I feel, shouldn't have been, you know, put to such a high standard. Hello, Swat. Here to express your hate? Oh no. I'm sorry. I didn't choose it. I wanted a book. If I did my bosses in the opposite order, I would have had a book. Swan is my #1 hate watcher. Books are for nerds. I do enjoy reading. What for lunch? I just got KFC. Yep. I wish I was joking. I went to get my hair cut, and I was like, I gotta get food before I get my hair cut. I was hungry. I just saw KFC and I called it a day. I've never had Popeyes. I don't think there is a branch in Australia, or at least not in Melbourne. I've never had the chance to try it. Like any of I guess the popular franchises in the US, I've just never had the chance to try anywhere. I do remember seeing, it might have been a Popeyes actually, in Korea. But then I was thinking to myself, why would I have Popeyes in Korea? This just seems like a waste. I don't remember if it was a Popeyes, but it was definitely like an American chain that I recognized. KFC in Japan is great. Man. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed with KFC just overseas in general. I felt like maybe it's just because I was so used to what it tasted like here, and I was very kind of fond of it in Australia. KFC in other countries just does not hit the same for me, like, at all. I've had KFC in 3 different countries outside of Australia, and I will still say Australia's one's better. For McDonald's, it's pretty similar. Like, Macca's is pretty similar across different countries. The menu items, of course, are different, and I guess the quality in general, I felt like, at least in Japan, was more consistent, but other than that, like, I couldn't really tell the difference. But when it came to KFC, I actually genuinely think that the Australian ones are better. Japan KFC is poggers. We can agree to disagree. I don't know. When I have KFC, I kind of expect it to be kind of greasy, and the chicken that they served in KFC in Japan at least felt like roast chicken to me, and I was just like, man, I didn't come to KFC to eat roast chicken and potatoes that tasted like potatoes. You know, I want potatoes that kind of taste like salt and oil. I think that was why I didn't enjoy it. Just different expectations, you know. But at the same time, the KFC here doesn't feel like a pile of grease. Yeah, the KFC chips were like kinda eh. Burner stream today? Yeah. I was like thinking to myself, I have about an hour to kill. Maybe, okay, from now I have about half an hour. A little bit over half an hour to kill. I had nothing better to do. I was like, oh, I'll just pop stream open. Who cares? I have kind of conditioned myself when I train. I need my stream open. Because you guys are my company. Is that sad? It feels a bit sad. Only a bit. But I genuinely like being able to chat when training. And right now, the guild Discord's a little bit empty because they are all Australian. Tends to be people there later. In Hiroshima, got KFC once, it was satisfied. Yeah. And when it comes to eating that sort of food in other countries, I tend to have it maybe once just to try it, and then, you know, I just don't have it again. There's no point. Swan, is that you? Haha, right. I didn't even say what it was. I just asked if it was you. Going for 25 procs today? We'll see how we go. I might. But I might do some of it on other characters. I might not do all of it on this character. He said he's racing to Meso 290. There's no way that I'm getting to either of those milestones. I spent 10 bill today. It's already doomed. There's no way I'm saving. But you'd be proud of me, Swan, for spending today. You'd be proud. I am slightly less fake today. I had 22, 2 items. Just need to do arcanes left. Yeah. I got a Twilight Mark drop and I blew up 3 of them. But on the 4th one it went 22. And then we followed up with a superior earring and it just kind of went straight to 22. Didn't cost too much for the earring. The Twilight Mark was a little bit expensive, but it was alright. We'll take it though. In the grand scheme of things, it was pretty cheap. Is this for the Wild Hunter? No, this is for my Battle Mage. So, yeah, my Battle Mage is only missing 22 Arcanes and Eternals. I am not going to 22 my Seras because I am already in a Grandest party. If I wasn't in a Grandest party, I probably would have 22'd my CRAs a while ago. Streamer luck kicking in. For the Twilight Mark, it looked a little bit doomed, I'm not going to lie. Like, it did blow up pretty quickly for the first couple of tries. One of them got stuck 15 to 16 for like a long time before blowing up 15 to 16. And then the earrings were pretty lucky, I think. It was pretty tanky. It took its time to get to 20, and then when it did get to 20, I think it stayed there for like 20 or so taps, which is pretty crazy. Anything that like lives past 20 beyond like 10 taps to me is just insane. I don't know. No, who haven't hit 22 Twilight Mark in 6 months of solo H level? Yeah. I mean, that could have happened to me. I haven't seen a Twilight Mark in like a month. Until today. Today was like the first one that I've seen in a while. And that was why I was like, we have like 6 weeks until we get Shining Star Force, maybe more. So I'm just gonna send my Twilight Mark, see what happens. If it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I didn't want to think too much about it. Now I can stop doing Golics again. Oh wait, no. Oh, I can do it for the coins. I think the coins are fine. On the off chance I happen to get a source. Just future-proofing that possibility. Tap all your Blaze Wizards? No, 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 no. There's no way. If I blow up anything from the Blaze Wizard, it doesn't get it back. How am I supposed to replace the gear? I don't do any... I don't play it. If it blows up, it's gone. Now, realistically, what I did with the Twilight Marks earlier in the stream was probably a stupid idea. Like, you really shouldn't... you shouldn't tap that item without Safeguard. That's actually, like, maniac behavior. Not safeguarding Twilight Marks is actually maniac behavior in hindsight. But I wanted to give you guys content, you know? That's the trade. You guys get content, and I hit for my content. It was a fair trade. You guys gave me the energy, and then I just tapped for the content. And then if it doesn't go, I can just blame you guys. Yup. That's the insurance that I get. It's so funny because whenever I hit, chat takes credit for it. Whenever I don't hit, it's my fault. Incredible. Your Blaze Wizard doing bosses this Friday? I'm down. I think it'll be fun. I kind of want to do bosses on my Blaze Wizard, just like probably Lu Will and Sea Gloom. And we'll just free for all the drops and see what happens. I'm not even going to run for it, I'm just going to let you guys run for it. If an ET drops on the floor and like a random 240 character picks it up, it is what it is. You take credit for both? Alright, mate. It's not me, but I want to know what the emote spam looks like. It's just like the right corner of my chat is just covered in the emote. I think they reduced it. It doesn't look as full as it used to be. Did H Lucid party today? Nothing, got 2 droplets? Oh no. No, the 2 droplets is the worst. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, man. But at least it sounds like you got that clear. The clear is good. And Lucid drops for real. That is tragic. That's okay. Are you gonna try Hard Will in a party as well? You know what you could do as well? You could also try to do a BA in the middle of the fight to see how much you actually contribute to the boss. I feel like that's something that I would always want to try to do. Try to remember to do at least on my mules. Just to see how much damage I do in P2. And try everything up to V healer. Ooh, good luck. That sounds like gains. Hopefully you hit some arcane boxes, that will save you a lot of money. I wish I hit some arcane boxes early, rather than buying these stupid droplets. Buying Arcane River droplets is not happy. It is not fun for the wallet. Oh yeah, the event buff is actually quite good as well, isn't it? It gives you like a bunch of boss damage and attack and stuff. Every half an hour? Or every half hour. You just want a weapon box. Dude, the weapon box is like peak dopamine for an arcane drop when you don't have one. Other than pitch boss, nothing really beats just getting an arcane drop raw. The second best feeling is probably a book. I don't know, something beautiful about getting a book drop. Because you know you don't have to do anything to make gains. I think it will drop 3. I don't think it's always. I've definitely had runs when I've also had 2. People have told me that you usually get 3, but I swear I've had hard lucid runs when I've had 2. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I don't remember doing normal lucid very often, if at all. Other than soloing normal lucid, I feel like I've always like had random variants on hard lucid and hard will. Say 3 decks on shade. Oh man, that's okay. It's alright. We'll make it there. Hello, JH. He can't grief me this week. We don't run bosses together at the moment. He doesn't need anything, and I also don't need anything at the moment. And he can't grief me, let's be real. JH will never be able to grief me. Because he's more likely to die out than I am. Unless it's Seagloom. If it's Seagloom, then it's actually doomed. If it's Seagloom, it's actually pretty fair. Every other boss is kind of whatever. But JH does have a better record of dying out than I do. Only slightly though. It's probably like 1 or 2 bosses different. It's actually kind of crazy how often we almost die out of each other's bosses. Pretty consistently, actually. I made fun of him 1 week for dying in P3 Lucid, and then I did exactly that in like the following run. It was like the first time in like 4 years that I've ever died in P3 Lucid. And I happened to do it on camera. And it has to be JH, of course, in his run. I don't know how it happens, but it does. Die out 3 times a week. Dude, just take off your RFS. Just take off your RFS. You don't need it, bro. Stop dying. Now, JH, what you do is, to stop yourself from ever getting kicked out of the party, you just make sure that you take them first. Then it's on them to take you. Then you can keep dying out as many times as you'd like, but you've already taken them. They gotta uphold the deal, right? You've already taken their character. They have to finish the deal. But you make sure to do it at the beginning of the week so they don't remember how painful it was. So right after reset, you take them, and then you die out as many times as you want. You know? You just die out as many times as you want. And then he'll forget about it in the next week. All good. Professional leeching strategies. His Hyperburn isn't ready yet. Damn. Unfortunate. Alright, how much do I need to level this to 8? 75. Almost there. Oh wait! High Mountain also reset. Oh my god, it's happening, guys. I'm gonna get level 10 Soul Janus soon, TM. I am so excited. Just leached 7 or 8 slime rings already. All of my mules have 21-star slime rings. Whoops. My bad. Actually, my Xenon slime ring might be 19. I don't remember 21 yet. How many of you guys are doing the 25 procs? Or do we have some 5 proc gamers in here? Which is fine too. Can't take your slime for now. BM has a 2-line drop slamming, but it boomed. That's okay. Hopefully you get it back by the time that the next hyperburning comes around. Am I right? I've been fireblocking because you randomly clicked it. Oh, that's right. That's okay. It's only 1 week. It's only 1 week. Guy in your alliance chose 5 procs and he regretted it and didn't even grind. That's sad. It only takes about 9 procs for the 25 to be better. So if you're training for about an hour, the 25 procs will be better. Still streaming? I actually only just restarted my stream about 40 minutes ago. This is going to be a short one anyway because I just got back from getting my hair cut. I'm just chilling until I have to head off again. Is there any advantage? The main advantage is the fact that you don't have to train as much. That is the main advantage. It actually is pretty beneficial for players that don't have a lot of time. Like if you are somebody who only has time for half an hour to just quickly do 3,000 mobs and then log off, the 5 procs is actually pretty decent. It gives you a lot for the amount of effort that you put in. It's also pretty good if you don't really have a main at the moment. Like if you're just preparing for your hyperburn as a main. This current event's pretty decent for Legion as well. Because let's say that you're just pushing some Legion characters. Those 5 procs can go pretty far on random mules to get you to level 130. And we also have like a bunch of events that let you push from 130 to 200 for kinda free. I think there are some people who can definitely take advantage of the 5 procs. It's just not as good if you're planning on like actually pushing levels. At least you did that accidentally on the first week. The first week is kinda whatever. In all honesty, it's not that big of a deal. You only may be missing out on like 10 final EXP or something like that. I don't think it was actually that much. You're basically training without a spirit pendant, in the grand scheme of things. At least for the first week. It's not too bad. KMST in 2 to 3 hours. Ooh. Is that a new boss? Asmos. You train with Spirit Pendant? Of course. I have a prepared one in the storage, but I cannot take it out at the moment. Because I'm just gonna wait for my current to expire, and maybe until next week. I'll pop it with my thing. New progression system. Ooh, interesting. Guess we'll see how it goes. They'll probably make a... If they're making a new progression system, they're gonna probably end up making something for reboot as well. Alright, everyone, time to start saving up your spell traces. Scrolling is coming. Copium. just sold like 100k. I think all of us have sold a lot. I don't have full drop anyway. I have 300 or so drop rate when I train. That's good enough. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did NPC, like did refund all the spell traces that you NPC'd. Because when they did that flame compensation, they actually comped everybody's flames, right? There is probably a log of how many spell traces your account has sold over the times. I would not be surprised if they had the ability to just refund it to you. That is very hopium, but it is what it is. Probably have 50k on 20 characters. Yeah, it's a lot of spell traces that just kind of build up. Until next year, probably not. I don't think we'll get anything major until after Milestone at the very least. They gotta get Milestone out first. Also, there's Maple Fest coming, so they might do a big announcement there as well. We'll just have to hold on and wait. But I am hopeful. I am hopeful that they'll give us something interesting. Nothing from Sea Slime either. Damn. Not getting a slime ring from Sea Slime feels kind of bad. That one I won't lie. And then you realize JH got scammed like 8 weeks in a row. Poor bastard. Got him good, guys. Got him good. I think the slime ring rate is actually pretty high. It feels like you see it probably once every 3 or 4 runs. Which is pretty good considering it's best in slot, honestly. It's funny. Like, since I stopped taking you, I can't stop getting slime rings. Look at all the slime rings in my inventory. I'm pretty sure half of these came from after the weeks I stopped carrying you. When your Demon Slayer started running by himself. But that's okay, you did the same to me. The moment I left your party, you'd got 2 books, so I don't know, it seemed pretty worthwhile. Slime's 50-50. Managed to go 13 weeks dry in January. I do actually remember that. You were basically begging for your slime ring to go 22. How much combat power do you need to solo Sea Slime? Well, Sea Slime is generally about the strength of C10E, so if you can solo C10E, you can solo Sea Slime. Probably. It won't be a fast run. I'm just trying to think, can my Xenon do it? My Xenon's about 55 mil combat power, and I'm sure it could probably do Chaos Slime. I don't think it'll be a fast run though. I don't feel like I can be bothered doing a slow run of Sea Slime. It's one of the bosses where I'm just like, I just cannot be bothered. I think I might be able to because it's Xenon. I don't think that I would be able to do it on my Wild Hunter, for example, on the same amount of combat power. No, that's 55 without boss fams. I'm 60 something with boss fams. I mean, I'm down to try. I think if you can do... If my origin burst, I can do 10% on... Sorry, if I can do my opening burst and I get like 7%, and then origin burst, get it down to about 15-20%, it's probably doable. Won't be fast though. Yeah, if you can't deal with the healing, it's kind of rough. It's all good. Continuous 4 will carry. Yep. I think the healing is like 1 T per half a minute or something like that. You have to do like 1 T or so. My Battle Mage cleared Sea Slime at around the same time that I cleared H Darknail, I think. And I'm pretty sure I was like 40 mil combat power, so it might not even be that bad. But Battle Mage does have like a decent time against Slime in terms of the healing. I don't know if that would be the case for other classes, but I do remember clearing it pretty early. I don't think you need to be above that high. But at the same time, I don't know how my Hexa compares to my Xenon. So your first day of break? Oh, congrats. Continuous 3 is pretty good, yeah. My Battle Mage didn't have a continuous 3. I think it might have had a weapon jump 3 at best. Even then, weapon jump 3 is kind of Pepega. I don't know, I'd have to go back in my videos, but I was definitely below 50 mil combat power when I cleared Sea Slime. I don't remember clearing it that much later. For Sea Slime, I would use the Raw 4 on Origin. And then just swap back to the continuous. For 4 minutes. You didn't have combat power on your first clear? Alright, mate, we get it. You're too good. You're too good. Now, in all seriousness though, I don't know if that's actually valid. I don't know if using Raw for Origin and then swapping over for DPS is that good of an idea. It's probably not a good idea. Probably just stay on continuous the entire time. The moment I said it, I was like, maybe a bit sus on the math. Because you do have to wait like 2 minutes for it to come back. The number of tickets activation, will 25 to be better? I think it's 9. Fragments. Yo, getting hella fragments right now. Oh. I used my will skill. Honestly, between Continuous 3 and Raw 4, probably not that big of a difference for Battle Mage. The burst for Battle Mage is pretty eh. Without Origin, it's pretty weak. With Origin, and Raw 4 seems pretty nice. We're making our money back. slowly. Back to 18 bill. Alright, I will not spend any more money. No more spending money, guys. Okay? Remember, guys, no more spending money. Yep. There's nothing left that I have to spend on. Until cube sale. And then I'll fix my pots up a bit. It's time to be good. Wild Hunter 22. No. We're being good, guys. Being good. Not spending any more money. There's nothing to spend on. Said every other day before zeroing out. Look, I haven't zeroed out yet. I just spent money, okay? So you're actually wrong. What happened to the Wild Hunter? The Wild Hunter is kind of almost done. For what I wanted to improve its gear on, it's quite small. There's not much. There's not much to do. I was originally going to try to main it, but what ended up happening was there was nothing about the class that I really, like, super enjoyed about it. I really liked Battle Mage's movement, which is why I'm, like, decided to stick back with it. Wild Hunter is okay. Like, there's nothing, I don't really have anything bad to say about Wild Hunter. It's definitely on the weaker side, especially the DPM. The burst is pretty fine. 2-minute class, can't complain. I don't know. I think the class is fine. There's just nothing, like, super exciting about the class. Officially the weakest. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I still clear the content that I want to clear. I'm not too fussed about the end game, so these sorts of DPS measurements are pretty irrelevant to me. All I have to say about Wild Hunter is that class is way better than I expected, and my eyes have been opened to combat power a little bit and how bad combat power is as a rating of damage. That's all I have to say. Let's put it simply, my Wild Hunter soloed hard Lu Will at 30 mil combat power. That's all it is, right? Like, this combat power number doesn't mean anything to me anymore. It just doesn't mean anything. It's just a number. And Wild Hunter, my Wild Hunter's not even like that geared. It didn't even have 4 set superior when I cleared those bosses. Didn't even have an arcane weapon. It just cleared hard Lu Will with just like a rubber crossbow. I don't think the Hexa was anything that impressive either. I think I had like one thing at level 9. I'm pretty sure like one of my marshals was at 9 and that was it. Everything else was just at random numbers. Somewhere between 0 and 5. Like, I don't even have most of them unlocked. 2 of my Wild Hunter skills aren't even unlocked. I don't know, it's kind of nuts how weak that Wild Hunter was, but I still cleared hard Will. Like, just all things considered. Yeah, it's all Hexa. But even the Hexa wasn't that, like... I didn't have that many points into Hexa, and it still cleared it. So I just feel like... I'm just starting to find it really hard to justify pushing Sol Janus in general. If it wasn't for the fact that I know that I will be able to lazy farm a lot better with level 10 Sol Janus, I would never have pushed it. Crying in no hands. I mean, Wild Hunter is a little bit more forgiving in hard will. I will say that much. Because of the nature of a Hurricane class, you are, in general, having a better time dodging a lot of the stuff. Okay, I could take your X-Lotus. Is there really a point in me going X-Lotus though? Does it have an increased chance of getting Zerks? You don't need a Zerk, right? But JH, I probably need to be at least level 280. I don't think it will be a fun run if I'm not at least 280. I don't think I'll do that much damage. Isn't the boss 285? Wild Hunter has a cool cat mount. You know what? That's fair. That doesn't make it a better class than a lot of others. Ice Lightning is nutty to get access to. Yeah, I think a lot of classes the Hex is pretty impressive. It does a lot. Yeah, we'll see how I go. Let's hope I don't burn out on this character. I'm probably going to be okay, at least for the first week. We'll see if I'll be able to train. You're gonna hope to solo? Ooh, yeah, you don't need me. If you're gonna solo it, just go for it. Get that flex. But then again, do you really want to solo it 30 minutes a week? That's the real question. I mean, I'm not gonna take the total control, for example. I ain't gonna yoink it. Unless. One-time solo? I see. And then it's back with me. Go run AP to Troupe Apple. Took another short break to play WoW. That's a good choice. Playing an hour a day but not doing full event stuff and growing. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, taking a break, if you took a break from when, like, you definitely showed up a little bit less in stream. I assumed, whenever people don't show up in my stream for a while, I just assume they're taking a break from Maple. And that's fair. The last couple of months were pretty boring, if I can say that. Other than the hyper burn that we recently had, there really wasn't that much going on. We had the anniversary event, which is okay if you like the cosmetics, but for the most part, it was a pretty boring event. You're in Korea for 6 weeks? You know what? That's fair too. Hope you enjoyed your time in Korea. Korea is a wonderful country. Yo. We're almost there. 9 more fragments. So from High Mountain I'll get another 40. So yeah, I'm like maybe 400 fragments off of getting Soul Janus 10. Oh, please just give me this. Dreamer was boring. Yeah, Dreamer was like pretty standard. It was just like a worse version of the other big events. But I think that's fine. We don't need to have super big events. A Dreamer was an event. Yep. That's a good way to put it. It was a event. Time to update? Yeah. Get your Night Troupe on. Make sure you pick the right one. I feel bad for having to warn him because I know Melvin didn't click the right one. Not on purpose, but it's just gotta warn. Because I could have easily have picked the wrong one too. Oh, because there's 2 options for the Night Troupe grind. One of them is less activations but more EXP, and the other one is more activation, less EXP. For most players, you would probably want to pick the bottom option, which is the more activations, less EXP, because overall that will give you more EXP. But if you are a casual player that plays less than half an hour or about half an hour a day at most, you can take the top option, which is just as fine. Like the top option is pretty good for casual players that perhaps don't spend more than an hour a day training. Pretty valid. But yeah. I think that'll be it though for me. It was just going to be a short stream. I just felt like turning back on the stream while I train. And yeah. Probably finish my dailies later throughout the day. Got to do about half of my activations in that hour or so. So if you guys are wondering how long it takes to do 25 activations, it takes about 2 hours. And yeah. Pretty chill day. Already streamed a lot earlier, so if you guys wanted to catch the earlier stream, we did a lot of stuff in the earlier stream. So it's in the same past stream playlist on my channel if you guys are interested in seeing that, if you just want something in the background. We did a lot of bosses on the battle mage, and we also did a bunch of star forcing. And a bunch of people got banned in my chat. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, it's there. But for now though guys, thank you for dropping by for this short stream. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of the day, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.